Starting as an immensely successful concept album, Jesus Christ Superstar may never have been intended for public performance, but a West End/Broadway musical adaptation followed, making a film version almost inevitable. Inevitable is not necessarily desirable, however. You could argue, in fact, that whatever virtues the movie offers are largely negative, in the sense that director Norman Jewison makes several intelligent, if not particularly engaging choices to address intractable problems. The first, perhaps most important thing to emphasize is that Jesus Christ Superstar is an opera, not a musical. Qualitative questions aside, it lives or dies on the virtually wall-to-wall music, with no diverting interludes of character business or plot complications to keep things moving. Because of its pop origins, however, it is an opera structured as a series of singles. The Passion of Christ may form the backbone, but there is little dramatic motivation and even less visual logic to move from one song to another. Moreover, their impact depends as much on Tim Rice's lyrics as on Andrew Lloyd Webber's compositions, so that we have to understand what is being said to be moved by what is sung. As for the subject, how appropriate is rock for any period film, much less one as potentially controversial and conventional as Bible epic? Lyrics like, "One thing I'll say for him, Jesus is cool," sung by exotically costumed actors in archaeologically correct sets, would likely inspire helpless giggles. Jewison evades this problem by ignoring generic expectations, going to the opposite extreme to produce the alternative reality of performance. The film flaunts its literal scaffolding by combining realism, such as the desert locations, a few imaginative details like the Roman soldiers' metal helmets and fatigues, and blatant anachronisms like jets, tanks, and the performers' obviously modern clothing. Ironically, the performer's shaggy hip costume is the most dated thing in the movie. But for whom is this self-conscious presentation being made? Obviously for us, but then why is the camera work so consistently fourth wall, to work against an awareness of performance as performance? While the bare-bones minimalist construction distances us, the singer's exertions engage us emotionally. The three principals, Ted Neely as Jesus, Carl Anderson as Judas, and particularly Yvonne Elliman as Mary Magdalene, wring intense feeling from the songs, but can't quite overcome the conceptual contradictions. On the other hand, the few forays into direct-to-camera showmanship, like the eponymous theme song or the frenetic dancing in Simon Zealots, do not seem especially appropriate and a little tepid. Everyone tries hard, but Jesus Christ Superstar's qualities as a movie ultimately prove secondary to how well the songs are performed, bringing us back full circle to the music. Given the opera's unusual history, that trajectory was perhaps inevitable. Under the circumstances, to say that Jewison and company have delivered a well-produced, occasionally moving soundtrack recording is perhaps the highest praise. Pictures are optional.